point, somebody needs to be the bigger person, you know. And if you're a dad out there, and for whatever reason, if your baby mama is keeping you from the kid or whatever, or your kids, you know, continue to reach out, man. Continue to strive and try to be in your kids' life. And single mothers, you know, if the dad doesn't want to be in the life, somebody's got to be the bigger person, because you got to think about it. You have a child together.
Yeah.
That child rearing is important, that they get a good understanding of what the dad is supposed to do. You know, You can't be the dad on your own. You can't be the mom and the dad. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Your shoulders are not broad enough to carry that load.
Yeah.
You know? And so don't try to carry that load. If you've reached out to that dad, if you've gotten your kids to reach out to that dad and he still wants nothing to do, find you a dad counselor. Find you a group of folks, of men that can deposit good information into your child's life, be it male, be it your son or your daughter. Okay? You got to.
And never, ever stop trying.
Yeah.
Never, ever stop trying.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Absolutely. If you don't get a response this time, send it again. And I've told you this before, I guess since, you know, I was in recruiting, you know, helping kids get scholarships. And I talked about it on another podcast where we were always sending out emails, sending out DMs. We were always contacting. And you wouldn't get a response, and it kept going and going. And then all of a sudden you get a response.
Yep. So it is sometimes.
You have to keep trying. And like you said, your dad counsel starts here. We got it here on the podcast, for one.
Yeah.
And then you just build from that. Because especially when you bringing up young men, they definitely need that male figure there. And for our ladies as well, they need a male perspective on what's going on in their lives. They need a male perspective on what men are looking for in their wives and in their future mother of their children. They need to know how men feel. Yeah. They need to know how they want to be treated.
Yeah. I had a situation, man, with my daughter, not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but I had a situation with my daughter recently, right? And you know, it was a boy situation, okay? And I'm not gonna get deep into it because I don't want to be telling her business and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
But it was a situation where she was attracted to a certain guy, certain boy. Mm-hmm. All right. And you know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, what do this mean? If the boy told me this, what do this mean?
Oh,
you
man.
Know, he said this, what do that mean? You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, ladies, you know, now my wife, she was like, well, he could mean, I said, no, that ain't what that meant.
Exactly.
It meant this, you know? And so imagine if my wife was a single mother trying to say, well, man, you would have been totally off base because that's not what that meant, you know? And I was able to say, nah, when he said this is what that meant. Yep. Because I know, like, I'm a guy. I know how guys think because, you know, we
I've been a guy all my life.
So, yes. So, like, you know, it's one of those things, man, where, you know, I was able to explain to my daughter exactly what that meant. I was able to say, hey, look, you know, now if he asks you this and this, then this is what this means, you know? So, you know, I was able to give that advice to her for that particular, you know, relationship, you know, and, you know, I was glad I was able to be there to do that, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's
that's beautiful.
Single mothers, please don't misinterpret what I'm saying as an attack on you. I'm just saying that you're not equipped to do both. So don't try. That's what I'm telling you. Like, I'm not equipped to do both. So I'm not going to try. So stay in your lane, be the mother, Like, I'm gonna stay in my lane. I'm gonna be the father. Let the fathers be the fathers. Let the mothers be the mothers.
And
All
even for fathers that may be raising a daughter by himself or a son by himself, I think it's important to try and get around some strong women. Like for me, for instance, if I had a daughter or Jonah and I was raising by myself, I would use my sister as an advocate.
Absolutely. Your mom?
Yeah, my mom. Yeah. And I would definitely make sure, I mean, they spend time with him now, but I would definitely make a point of letting them see him more throughout the week, because no matter how many hugs I can give, I can't give them that mother touch or that mother's love. I can't do it. No. Like even my hugs are gonna be a little rough. You know what I'm saying? It's not as much cushion as when his mother does it. You know, it's just soft and gentle. But me, it's more like a man hug. Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So it's
you're absolutely
like
right.
We need each other for these kids to grow up into what we want them to be. And I think that gets overlooked, and when it gets overlooked, from time to time, it devalues, and that's the dangerous one. Mm-hmm. Where you get into a zone where I don't need you, and then the kids feel that they don't need him, and then they don't have respect for him.
Man,
they start resenting men, and that is a major problem. When you're going through society and you are resenting men or men of authority, you have troubles and issues for the rest of your life.
Bro, you are so right.
You're so right. Like we don't need each other, because that same attitude is going to be dwindled down to the kids. And that's why I said, like even with my sister and with my mom, you know, even though they didn't maybe agree with everything with my nephew's dad or whatever, they never spoke bad about him in front of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't do that.
That's how it should be.
Because
you know why?
Stuff about the kid's dad, then that's gonna make him feel bad about himself.
Right. And look, here's the other thing, right? And I'm not casting any aspersions on, you know, your nephew's dad or anything like that, right? Yeah. But and you talked about how they didn't say anything negative in front of him, and I'm not asking did they say anything negative overall, but let's say you're in a situation where you just, for whatever reason, you loathe your baby daddy now. For whatever reason, there was a once upon a time where y'all was in love, or maybe it was just, you know, a brief romance or whatever the case may be. But for whatever reason, you loathe him now because he doesn't do this, and he doesn't do this, and he doesn't do that. Still don't badmouth him.
No.
Because here's the thing. Your kids, as they get older, they'll see the truth. You don't have to tell them. You don't have to tell them a thing. They will see the truth, okay? Yeah. They'll see if you're the one always trying to say, hey, reach out, you know, and they'll respect you for it. But you don't need to badmouth anybody. Yeah. That's, you don't have to do that, you know?
And
the
then
cream will rise to the top.
Then trying to tear other people down.
No, you don't need to
build yourself up. Like, that's not good. That's not good. And that's poison. That's
poison. And I would tell a single dad the same exact thing. No need to badmouth the mother for not being around. You know, because there are some mothers who had a baby and then they leave their families for another man, or they leave their families to where I want to go live my life now. There's plenty of situations out there like that. But you don't have to badmouth that other person. You don't have to do that. There's no need to. Yeah. Because as the children grow up, they will see.
I agree.